BIRTHCHART fan. Welcome to Curated Temperance Messages. These messages are specially curated to help you break out of perceived limitations. So I hope these messages suit you well. I'm glad I made it up here. I'm glad I made it up here because it's been really powerful around here. Very liberating, I would say, personally for me. And so I'm hoping that I can extend that in this message, okay? I don't know what is going to be coming through, so we will find out. So let's open this up. Took the covering off, and I discover a breakthrough here. It says, navigate life's many twists and turns with elegance and resilience, okay? Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you to my returning viewers. Thank you for interacting with the videos and the reels. And thank you guys for being a part of a growing community. This means a lot to me, just like it may mean a lot to you guys on a more interpersonal or even a more spiritual advancement or an ascension level. So I'm going to try my best to keep getting these messages out. But I just want to say that I am kind of breaking the parameters of my pregnancy, and it's becoming more challenging to kind of sit and conversate, okay? Because being called to rest more and just dealing with the expansion of my body and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try my best, but I just want to let you know that if there begins to be long gaps in between me posting or getting these valuable messages to you guys, it is just because I'm taking extra care of myself and allowing for myself to rest and just stay as healthy as I can, because energetically it is starting to get hard, like mentally and physically. That's kind of where it's at, honey. So okay, so thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you guys. So breakthrough energy is up here. Let's see. Alrighty then. Something is crystal clear here. I wouldn't call this clarity after confusion. I would literally call this clarity inside of the unfamiliar. Or maybe the unfamiliar is becoming adjustable. It's like breaking it in, breaking something in. You know how you break something new in? Like an outfit, a pair of shoes, a new territory, even a job, a role. Breaking something in, okay? In a really good, expansive way, okay? Let's see what else is here. So there's a lot of energy tied around what the truth of something really is as well. And this also could be attached to that expansive energy, okay? There's a level of inner anchoring that has been achieved. It feels like nervous system regulation. It feels like nervous system regulation. It feels like that's what the ultimate goal had been, nervous system regulation. It allows a response versus, what's the other word? Oh goodness, here we are with these. It allows for a response rather than an outburst. Thank you. A response over an outburst. Let's see. Something is happening faster than what you think as well. or there's something about looking back at something and noticing how things have taken place in a very fast motion than where you first began. Finally being able to look back in liberation, and also even too trusting this process, trusting the process of the progress, and trusting the progress of the process. So this is like reciprocal energy, like literal balance. This is cool. This is really cool. This is literal balance. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, something is taking place at the perfect moment. I don't know where this other energy is coming from, but it seems like there is something that failed to ridicule, dissect, or even like misread or misinterpret something, even if it was supposed to fluster you, or if it was supposed to been a test of your integrity. It wasn't so much that. It feels like something got exposed about what a hidden motive was. And I guess a direct exchange would be to make you uneasy about what you discovered or what you uncovered. But it missed you. Like it, I don't know, honey, it missed you. Okay. It's because in the midst of this, in the midst of breaking open this territorial regime, your protection has amplified as well. New levels, new devils. Okay, that seems to be the theme here. New levels, new devils. Oh. Okay. Somebody does not play your character correctly like you do, or they couldn't pull it off. This is odd. This is odd. Okay. Somebody may have wanted to plagiarize on some perceived hardships that you were having, or even show some type of grandiose aggression inadvertently. I could be talking about a group of people or something you experienced. Okay? Or, yeah, something you experienced that was supposed to have been a dissatisfying disposition, but it couldn't be that, and it wouldn't be that, and it wasn't that. Somebody's reading of you was incorrect. I don't know if somebody was trying to interrupt something with a lot of ego, because they did not want to digress their own misrepresentation. It feels like somebody got tricked into something and then tried to like levy it off in your presence, this did not transmute well. It didn't. I'm sorry. I can't even make sense of it. It didn't even transmute well. Goodness. This is about to give me a run for my money, honey. Okay. Money could be involved here. Okay. Something definitely is happening fast. Whatever is coming in fast. Okay, confirmation. Okay, so it's coming in fast because whatever this internal regulation that you are aligned with is what created a destruction somewhere else or in the midst of something else. It was like a trade-off, okay? Not necessarily that you had to negotiate or had a choice even, but it's just like in a way of like karmic justice, even just karma smoothing itself out. And yeah, how do you find out what side you're on? You either are at peace or you are in complete destruction. That's how you figure it out. Something wanted to deny you of the peace that you deserve. There's like a whole bunch of energy. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of energy in here that wanted to scratch the pivot that you were in destruction. I mean, granted, maybe you did go through a destructive season that ultimately helped you through a rebirthing period, you know? It's always destruction before alignment. But the problem would be if destruction comes and there's no liberation. Like, that's the problem right there. And so that's what's the clarity is around. Someone is mirroring something of this process, okay? Trusting the process of the progress while trusting the progress of the process. Someone is mirroring something here, and it is creating balance. But it's weird because what they are mirroring is what you've already came out of, okay? I could be talking about, like, it's weird, but I could be talking about something that you doubt is even like credible, legible, because maybe like it triggered you, or it even triggered your internal anchor, your internal peace. It triggered you. Or every time it triggers you, it makes you feel like you had not made progress, because maybe it make you feel like people are coming at you in a way that does not honor where you currently are. But this is something where you're having to realize that you are at an elevated timeline where things that need to digress are things that have trickled down and rolled off of your destruction. Okay, so this is weird because it's like I'm thinking about every little thing falling apart that you couldn't control, right? This is very philosophical. It reminds me of Aristotle or something, okay? Like a form of stoicism or self-righteousness, or even like, yeah, Plato. Yeah. Okay. It's like self-mastery in a sense of reflection. Now, maybe there's a collective of reflection that could have triggered you because you have elevated since then. People are mirroring. People are mirroring the process that you went through to get to the level of self-mastery that you have achieved. And it's like weird because it's like I don't like feel like I'm hyper focused on this like this. But it's like it feels this way because you are more powerful, more supported, and even more credible than you thought or think you are. Okay? So that's what this thing was in the beginning of something or someone or some environment wanting to mimic a strength of yours that you did not know you had up until it was mirrored back to you. True intentions is up here. You are being seen as someone with pure intentions, someone that has a pure heart, someone that actually moves with conviction in real time. This kind of goes back to the previous reading I said about like being the Messiah or even being the living prophecy of something. And maybe you never even wanted or thought, like none of that. Like, I don't want to be praised. I don't want to be sanctioned. I don't want the popularity or I don't. But it's like it can't help but to manifest as such because this is the actual proof of the lives you've touched. Okay, I feel like whatever I'm reading right now is very hierarchical and like legacy driven. Legacy is not about what you build, what you manifest, or what you maintain. It's about the lives that you touch, the influence you bring, the conviction you withhold. Okay? It's about being able to be that piece that can bring all the pieces back together in such a scattered notion. This is very philosophical. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay, I just saw 1818. That's 99. This is very philosophical, okay? So it's like you created the beginning of something, okay? You are part of the architecture of something. This is very powerful. Because it seems like maybe if you were hoping for something or trying to delegate to certain results and was not seeing that, there was an even bigger picture for you to strive towards, but you probably never thought to even have a certain type of focus in that area. Okay? So this is literally like thinking bigger than what you are comfortable in. Oh, it's like I'm talking to someone that, like in a victim mentality, you would say, have been through humiliation rituals, have been kicked down, have been made fun of while you were down, have been mimicked and mocked, right? Have been charaded, have been shattered. But in a self-mastery sense, it's just that. You've went through all the phases and processes of finding yourself. Okay? This is really deep, okay? Again, I did not expect this. There's something about your expectations surprising you, even. This almost feels like a acting. What did I say? Acting? Is it acting or is it? Yeah, a part you played, a very important part you played in order to maintain the architecture of something bigger, something greater. This is like life purpose, even. If it's legacy, it's purpose. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Spirit. There is something about something about people dispelling themselves in your grace. At a peaceful standpoint, you scare people with your patience. You scare people with your level of patience. Goes back to what I was saying. People try to antagonize you, hoping that it will transmute in a way where they could even prove a point to themselves, because it's like, you're not the performer. So, yeah, you're not the performer. So, who's acting here? Who's acting? Who has the script? Okay. This is very interesting. There is something about people. This is like, okay, so like people, they were like participating in something, thinking that it was gonna be against you, but like the Most High literally like made you tease them in such a prosperous way, to the point where it just like silences everything. Okay, whatever it is, it just silences everything. Like all that extra rah-rah and stuff, that stuff is muted. And it's because like this was not about exercising you in different scenarios or making an example out of you. It was about teaching other people. Yeah, teaching other people. Teaching other people. Pointing at things in other people's hearts, other people's characters. Silence teaches a lot. Grace teaches a lot. Prosperity teaches a lot. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Okay. Minor adjustment for major comfort. Okay. All right, let's get one more. Yeah. There's something about people not being patient with you on purpose because they wanted to make you feel burned out even. And the biggest lesson around that is that these are the people that are experiencing the chaos. Ooh. Yeah. Wow. You are really good at trusting your intuition. Don't ever doubt it, is what Spirit is saying. Don't ever doubt your intuition. I don't know if this whole obstacle course thing could have had you in a little denial phase. Kind of people, when people deny you, it mirrors self-doubt. You're learning about this balancing act of reflection versus observation, okay? There's an inheritance correction going on up here, babes. There's an inheritance correction going on. You are reversing the mistakes through your very existence, through your very confidence, through your very regulated authority, regulated authority, embodying safety while abiding by your peace. I love this for you. Yes, yes. High Priest. This is not performative at all. Wow. It's so calm. It's so calm. Wow. This is the definition of breaking out of a burden, a limitation, a curse, a expectation. Like, yeah. Fluid in your own nature. Look, the message is so clear, we don't need no more cards. Oh, goodness. Yeah, there's literally a celebration. Wow. There's someone that have been hiding themselves behind an official title even, or hiding themselves behind some type of outer validation, okay? Is that, yeah, okay. This is the same energy that was levying against your inner sanction. Why people don't want why don't people want your nervous system to be regulated so bad? And the way that I can't even like hardly get my words out, it shows that there's a lot of doubt or even mistaking. Whatever was being taken is being given back now. And I would even say it's by a quiet force. Why? Because when there's a lot of outside influences trying to create an inner storm within you, it just shows you where you need to practice more peace. And that's just clean cut like that. It's like this message is so rippling, okay? There's something within something within something, but it all came from one source. The layers are unfolding, definitely. I would even say too, this is that energy where like people are cleaning their act up and getting their shit together because they're realizing that they were making a fool of themselves. They're making a fool of themselves because they could not comprehend you. But the focus was not on comprehension, okay? It was on balance, okay? Leading by example even though maybe you didn't want to be an example or weren't even trying to be, but as much as people were trying to put so much external pressure up against you, hoping that you would explode or even just like, you know, you did the opposite. You did the complete opposite. You don't explode. You create the mode. Yeah, okay. There's a community here. An environment. Did you pick up and run away from a burnt, lost city and take your interests and expand them elsewhere? And when you got to the village, this is biblical. When you got to the village and, you know, proceeded to present things, were people reluctant? Or instead of presenting things, did people just scuffle at your suspicion and try to pander on discrediting your confidence? Okay? Yeah. Strings of fate. Where you should be proud is where you still feel unfinished. I mean, the humbling can't get any humbler than the humble spirit, honey. Literally, yeah. There are facts. There are facts in your footing. Wow. There are facts in your footing. There is an aspect of a relationship, like a romantic relationship, that wanted to be the center. It wanted to be the center of your attention so bad, but what ended up taking place was this energy ended up integrating into its own point of accountability. If that was the point in the first place, because maybe it has something to do with this person only being connected to you for some type of resource, and then when you wanted to invest or even expand or even redevelop yourself, if it messed up their supply source, it messed up their loyalty to you. But they didn't know that that's what was being exposed about their deceptive nature with you. So it's like you accidentally dismantled the root of something that was supposed to pull the wool over your eyes and even strip you of what you had. And somebody is upset because you chose to evolve, but every time they try to have anger around it, it still points to their own inability to comprehend. Like they just didn't have the ability to hold space or to comprehend your existence to them. They did not deserve an experience with you, because they could not appreciate the value of the experience in the first place. This is weird because I could be talking about both ends since we are talking about balance. This could be a past life end where someone wanted to make you feel guilty for not accommodating their lack. And then this is an end where someone is kind of mirroring the strengths of what it is that you have surpassed, if it was like a relationship cycle of things, because it's actually teaching them about their self-worth and their values, even though they may not directly open up to you, or they may even feel like you don't know as much as you know about them. But it's like they are wanting to take their time to integrate the reflection of how they are even comprehending an experience between the two of you. And it's crazy because it's like they're actually slowing things down for themselves so that they don't ruin this. And ultimately, it's not out of ego, it's out of fear. They are afraid of not being able to value this connection with you because they know that it would point towards their inability to accept change and to take the challenge as an opportunity for self-love, self-reflection, self-enhancement. okay? It's like a delicate little feather, right? But it's like, it's not to say they're indecisive, because that's not what the energy feels like at all. It's just to say that they are understanding this as a very valuable lesson. This is like a once in a lifetime thing for this person. You are a once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, you're a once in a lifetime experience. And if people in the past had just fumbled it, that's what makes them so angry, because they're mad at themselves. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. This could be someone that you share children with, or someone that you plan on having children with, or someone that has lost a lot in the past to prior connections and romantic experiences. Okay? It's really centered around romance and relationship, because this is where someone is actually taking the opportunity to allow for you to teach them what love is. And they see that your truest intentions are really based on self-regulation. But it's crazy, because it's like they want to distract you. Pretty much, like they want to distract you, but in a really good way. But it's like they notice how you're so focused and so focused, you're so courageous, you're so self what do you call it, like you're so self-preserved. They really don't know how to get their foot in the door with you, because they don't know how to get into your world, because you're not making any room. You're not scooching over. They don't like, you're not scooching over or nothing. And it's like, yeah. But not even that you're not scooching over or making room for them. It's just they are not realizing that their focus is more geared around opening you up, instead of actually rising and aligning, so that it can create balance and union across the board. It's about the rise, not so much about the performance. Yeah. There's a third party here that has been caught up. Oh, this is that energy with this community. Oh. This is someone of a lower dominion. Like, literally like a past life karmic, like lower dominion, okay? But no, like this is someone that had orchestrated something with the community to try to intimidate you even. And they realize that that's not even appropriate, and that's not even an assignment against you. They did it to themselves. Wow. They've exploited themselves. Yeah, they've exploited themselves in the comfort of their own demise. It melted their character. Did I say it earlier in the video that someone was either getting tricked or you were supposed to get tricked, or you felt tricked, or something like that? This person got tricked into melting their character. They did it on their own. Yeah, they did it on their own. It was a choice. Yeah, because they called themselves trying to study you. Okay, all right. They were studying you. They were having this community study you because they cannot comprehend your existence. This person is at a crossroads. They're stuck. Well, first of all, a thief don't get nothing but caught. A thief don't get nothing but caught. They try to snatch and grab and shoot out real quick. Yeah. What caught them up was the prophecy. Cause and effect. This is someone that is learning cause and effect. Something significant about somebody dangling in the dream realm or being stuck in some type of spiritual, I don't want to call it a psychosis because that's too strong, but they don't know how to get themselves out of whatever they put themselves in. And it has something to do with them trying to spiritually dominate your essence. They wanted to wear you like an aesthetic, piece you apart like a costume, and then mimic your character like a movie. Ooh. This person does not have not even a fourth of the ranking that you possess. Oh, goodness. Ooh. They have a foundational blockage. This is someone that thought they could control other people's outlook about you. They have a foundational blockage. They like to control narratives. So they could have been trying to control a story about you based off what they were gathering. And to be honest, whatever they were gathering up, they're learning a thing or two about themselves. And this is a point of accountability and self-embarrassment that they had never expected to stumble into. It's like they literally inflicted self-harm on themselves in your energy. And this is something that could have even like missed you. Like maybe you didn't know because like that's not something you look for, but you're just blissfully, prosperously in your own zone and you're living your own life, doing your own thing. And then there's this person over here dangling by a tiny little thread. And it's because essentially they led themselves to that bitter edge like that. This person wanted to believe that they had control about that. Yeah, they wanted to believe they had control over an achievement of this lover, of this romantic lover. Okay, it's all coming together. And all along, this person is over here learning how to love through looking into your essence as a peaceful reflection. what is that song by Music Soul Child? Is that who made the song? Teach me how to love, show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost, teach me how to love. Yeah, okay. It's like all of a sudden when this person came across you, they just regret their whole life all of a sudden. And they don't know what to do, where to go, how to process things. But it's crazy because it's like, why all of a sudden now? Why are you melting now? At the sight of someone else that came from a completely different direction, why are you stumbling now? And it's because they got tricked. And to be honest with you, yeah. Oh, Spirit. To be honest with you, this is exactly how it was supposed to end up, because the lesson was going to come sooner or later about trying to tarnish someone else's ability to heal themselves and to regain balance and to regulate themselves. This was the lesson that needed to be lengthened out for them. So you pretty much helped shut down a very vindictive, condescending, fraudulent operation here. And kind of like the part of this person's ego dying or their character melting away is the start of a new civilization, the start of a legacy, the start of a foundational achievement. Because this person seems to be very toxic to the community. Like they seem to be they are somebody that is just, they could weigh down the whole world with their weight of darkness. And that's what didn't get transmuted. They couldn't transmute something because the way that they had been handling things, the way they had been approaching things, the way they had been even trying to trap this lover of yours into this destitute of scarcity and remorse and, you know, kind of parasitic affiliation, it was spreading like wildfire. It was spreading like wildfire. Yeah. And the divine stepped in by bringing your light in, letting your light shine, letting you be the turn of events, allowing for your curious consortation to be the pedestal, because the bigger picture was to evolve or to have a grounded impact on collective refurbishment. Yeah. Wow. Oof. You gutted out that monster. You gutted out a monster. This goes to say that a purpose to serve good is to also serve the bad. Serve the bad in eviction notice. Serve the good, a new beginning. Yeah. This person's fears are coming true. Someone is learning how to love and someone is lost. Lost in their own misery, not able to get a hand out, not able to get a hand up, not able to stand up, not able to recover, not able to bounce back, not able to nothing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This person was not expecting for you to be chosen. They thought they were chosen because they were used to people bending to their grandiosity. You don't force chosen. You radiate balance. You maneuver through peace. You don't force, you magnetize. And that is balance. And that is on the Spy Master. Yep. Oh, let's clean these up. Well, you guys, that is all I have for you.